Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. Excuse me. Greetings, welcome. It's another Thursday night. Time for another Talk to Me America show. I'm LDGddss, your hostess. Hope you all had a great week. Welcome to the show. Please share. I'm going to say that a lot because I'm really trying to grow, and it's necessary, especially now, to get to more people. Freedom of speech, protecting all that stuff. So, thank you. What did I say? Yes, I did say. I did tell you who I am. LDG for short. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. All right, we got lots and lots of stuff, and actually, some of the stuff is going on as we speak at this moment. So my plugs to the No Prisoners podcast with Kevin's Cade, Audit Coffee, Feisty Ace, and with friends, and of course, 451 Actual. We're going to have to talk them into some big dick energy. I know that we have a race going on here and everything, but got to take a break every once in a while. Anyway, so Kevin and Feisty Ace on pill.net. Pastor Shadley, which is my main moderator. I don't see him anywhere yet. He's probably lurking because he is working, I hope. But like I say, when you see him, don't be meanses to him because he's meanses. Red Dawn Radio, or as I like to call him, Tyrone, the Drunken Rocky, which is on right after my show on Odysee and Rumble, in which I am on Rumble, Pilled, YouTube, and Odysee. I thought I said Odysee first. That's all right. Coffee Talk with Sandra. As a matter of fact, she also comes on right after me. We probably go raid her if Drunken Rocky ever gets on Pilled. Maybe we'll raid him once in a while too, because in his show you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll even get to hear him sleep after a while. Keep make him drink more and more and more. He'll sleep like that. Then of course, Raynoth, DJ Bass, all of my friends and Smeeks out there. Some guy from Maine, Ruguru Not Me be an town, and I'm so happy to say that the pureblood.media is back online, and they've added a couple of features, which I kind of like. They put a calendar across the top here so that you can actually go to a day and make your plans. And then it only shows you what's planned. So like today's the 22nd. If I hit the 23rd, the people on the right, oh, you can't see them, can you? Let me see if I can get this. See if I can get this to fit. Yes, okay, the people over here actually on the left as you're looking at it. If you hit the tomorrow's date, you'll see that all of those people change. So you'll know who's on there for that day and you won't have to look. So yeah, they organized it a lot better. And you can still click on the show. Let's see, where am I? I'm down here, okay. You still click on the show, and actually it makes it better too because you don't have to scroll as far down to see me. Like I said before, this started out with a flyer that you could not click on. Now it's interactive, even to the point of being like an organizer. So good jobs, gentlemen. Good job. It looks really good. I like it. And thank you for keeping me on there. Let's see. Okay. Y'all know how to support the channel. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible so we can get on with it. I've got a lot of things to show you. And we can also monitor, if you want, what's going on in Chicago, or Chirac as they say. But support the channel. This is my T2 shop where I make things. Excuse me. I don't don't have a shop, and I don't think anybody wants a T-shirt of with my face on it. But teddy bears and gifts and things like that. I also do custom orders, which I'm working on one now. I just finished something and I forgot to bring it in here. So busy all the time. What can I tell you? As a matter of fact, I don't have a video this weekend. I've got family coming in. Actually, I won't have a video for the next 2 weeks. Got 2 different sets of family coming in. Okay. So, we're gonna start out with a little bit fun. All my links to support your channel are below. I've got the Ko-Fi, the Cash App. You see the little thingy right here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Odysee and Rumble have super chats and all that stuff. And they all seem to have some kind of membership and all that things. Pilled has the fun stuff. They know how to party over there with the pills and the cookies and the cans and spaceships, and then put your sunglasses on and look at the sun. I don't know though. I just made that up. Here's a little bit of fun with some crochet. My favorite dude, Crochet. He's actually got patterns now for some of the things that he creates. So I can't wait to try some of it.
Paper, scissors, shoot!
You cheated!
I win! I win!
So yeah, never knew how much fun crochet could be until I started doing it again. And of course, I make toys for the kids, and I've gone all over through that stuff with you guys before. Of course, the best thing you can do is share. Links, all my links are below, so click on some of them. And I got a post office box as well if you want to go old school. In fact, that's how I'll be able to send you those items. Everything is made by, created by, and packaged by me. I don't have a team like some of these big shots on here. Blankets, that's very funny. You're not very late. That's okay. Sergeant Tripod. This platform is monkeypox. Yeah, I can't say to blame you. I'm sorry if you have to be there. Haley Hunter. Haley! It's so good to see you. We have been so worried about you. And since you've been here last time, I had a stroke. In case you're wondering why I sounded a little funny. I'm getting better, but yeah, you get it. Anyway, like I said, best way to help me is share. We gotta keep this freedom of speech thing going. Because, from what I can see, we are winning, but we can't become complacent. In fact, I don't believe any of the polls, because, well, ever since 2016, there's no way. I don't believe any of the polls. I'm not listening. As a matter of fact, I would not put it past them to fix the polls to make it look like we're winning, we're way on top, just to make us sit back on our laurels, you know, let our guard down. Don't forget what their mantra is, by any means necessary. Oh, old salty dog, thank you very much. He donated the shades. I haven't. This is actually first or second time I've opened my mouth today. I've been busy listening. So, but he gifted the shades over there on pill.net. You get one of these. Nope, not that one.
You take the red pill.
Appreciate it. Thank you. There's a soda in the freezer. my wonderful husband. Okay, where was I? I'm so glad to see you, Hallie. I have actually been a little worried about you. I know what you mean, Hallie. But I think the only thing you can you can pay attention to is your gut. It never fails you. Usually, mine hasn't. Well, after you told me that you had been mugged, and I hear all the stuff that's going on up there, and I hear your mayor and your governor talking about the different stuff. Plus, I heard also that they placed the National Guard inside your tubes, your subways, stuff like that. But it didn't supposedly do much good, so I don't know. That's yeah, right. So, and I'm so glad to see you. I really am. I hope you're healthy. Everyone was asking after you. Have you been following ABL? No Prisoners podcast. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today? Glad to see you guys. Glad to see Kevin back. Whew, I'm having a bad day evidently. Cyborg, welcome. I'm going through some of the chats now. I'm over here on pill.net. Wow. I don't know if Feisty or Kevin are to the metal. That is a part of the BD radio show. Kevin always seemed to be into it, so I don't know. Feisty was always around too, so I don't know. That doesn't have to be all metal. There's some good. As a matter of fact, I've got one show you later. I've got one to show you later. That is rap that you'll enjoy. That actually kicks ass. So you never know these days. It's like our attach at the hip kick. Like you're attached at the hip. I am who? You're not talking to me. Who am I attached to? Okay. All right, over here on Odysee, Sergeant Tripod. That's my home. Not the gay bar in the background. Oh, okay. What do you say? Whatever you say. Blankets. Let's see. Tetris. Hi there. Welcome to the show. Rocky, are you lurking? I guess Tetris wants to tell you something. Lady Iron, welcome to the show. I'm glad to see you. Mr. Tizo. And thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Mr. Tizo always advertises on all the platforms for me. I do appreciate that one. Thank you, everybody. Had eye surgery recently, but it went well. Okay. Good. I'm so glad to hear it. So glad to hear it. I thought maybe you were mad at me because the only resolution to the problem in the big cities is basically get out, and then I can only say that because I did it twice actually, and I don't ever want to have to go back if I don't have to. All right. Yeah, I gotcha. Having to work extra with all of this inflation, right? Okay, let's see. I'm hoping I'm not missing anyone. Limited access. Welcome to the show. Chatting with Hallie on screen with YouTube. Okay. Over here on Rumble. Salty old fart. Welcome. He says, "Good evening, Miss Laura. Good to see you, friendly. Good to be seen. Any day above ground is a good day." Boy, I'm having some trouble today. The stage Uncle Mike's welcome to the show over there on pill.net. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Besides, you know me, no matter what, if Christ is with us, we have already won. So, and I've gone through the chat, and of course, no shortage of things to talk about in this horrible soap opera we call the election season. I don't believe the polls at all. Like I said, I have absolutely no confidence in the polls. Haven't since 2016. And again, with their mantra of by any means necessary, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody is using that also to you know, every little bit helps, you know what I mean? So and of course the DNC is going on right now, and on and on and on and on and on. In fact, I just got through seeing the Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend, and he was another one with the joy. We're gonna vote for her with joy. Not that we have anything behind it or anything that we even want to put into effect. And it was kind of funny too, because you know how I was watching CNN on the YouTube, and then we can check back every once in a while. That's actually the question of the day. Rumble died? No. Okay. Anyway, first I wanted to share this video with you because I found it today, came across my feed today, and it just I might start playing it at the beginning of all of my shows, because this is why the power of the freedom of speech and association, the First Amendment, is so important. Listen.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect a person's personal rights. So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learnt, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared. But It's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice.
Okay, I'm not sure if that was a movie or if that was for real or whatever, but that just, like I say, one of the reasons why I do my broadcasts and my videos and things, because of the fact that I wasn't going to stay quiet anymore. That's basically, even when you look at my bio, it says I'm an Xer that couldn't stay quiet anymore. So here I am, and I hope that I'm at least standing up for people's right to speak out, which is, again, very important. And you see the people on the left, they're using every opportunity and even skating the law with the way that they're using their voices to get things done, even if it is destroying a city. Salty Matt Jameson, it's okay, you're not that late, and I am not a school teacher or your boss or anything, so you know, we come and go as you please, okay? And like I said, we got to do this while we still can, and never give up, even afterwards. Personally, I was like, why didn't anyone else just walk out? People are afraid to be nomads anymore. I actually, up until just recently, and of course, health issues and everything, have always had wanderlust. So whenever I got a chance to travel, and actually still now, if it doesn't take too long, and you know, it's not too expensive, if I get the opportunity to go somewhere I haven't gone or haven't, I'm not going to say no if I feel well enough to do it, and I have the money, of course. Yeah, Kelly doesn't believe the polls either. Oh, so I can say this is the I started noticing in the late 90s that most of the media, movie stars, music moguls, all started squawking about the same thing. They've literally brought back Mockingbird back as well, and I'm gonna show you. How about? Well, here's the example. How about the new buzzwords from the Democrats? Are we all feeling the electric joy that they have restored to the country by holding this DNC and anointing Kamala Harris as their new resident-in-chief? You know, this is...
For bringing back the joy. She does it all with a sense of joy. Compassionate, careful, joyous leader.
And yesterday, what you saw is joy.
And it was the power of joy.
You know what I love more than anything? The joy. You can't underestimate the power of joy in this campaign. Don't underestimate the joy factor of this. They're going to bring the joy.
People were also just feeling relieved and telling me about how happy they were to see some joy back in the party.
And what we saw last night was this joy and this positivity. You have this happy, joyful, positive ticket.
The most remarkable demonstration of support, enthusiasm, joy.
This idea of joy.
Joy.
Being joyful is part of the American identity.
There is joy in the future. There is joy in having your boss be a black woman. There is joy in what is coming.
What we're hearing from this vice president, future president, is a message of freedom and joy.
I just love that we have this new joy.
You could see it just so filled with the joy of the work.
The fact that we saw that exuberance last night, that joy.
One is hope and joy, and the other is fear and anger.
Oh, you could really see joy and exuberance versus grievance and retribution.
People are tired of fear and anger, and so they're going to give to them the hope and the joy.
Hope and joy, but no substance, and probably slavery or at least economic ruin, among other things. Trick Pony, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. Joy, oh yes, I'm not done. Electric Joy, that was the first day. The second day was.
And it was though someone had plugged in a cable, a current was connected, and there was pure electricity in the room.
Thank you for sharing with us some of the electricity.
The energy is incredibly electric.
You know, it was just electric.
As sort of electric as I've ever seen it. It was absolutely electric.
Talk to me about the atmosphere in here. Is it electric?
Don't touch your mic, wet.
It is electric. Senator Schumer wasn't lying when he was saying that there's a lot of electricity and excitement right now.
Okay, you get the point, but it goes on.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the DNC, it just goes on and on and on. And if that doesn't sound like they brought Project Mockingbird back, I thought that, and I've been covering these repeats and these montages of the exact same word from everybody on the in the legacy media. Yeah, I believe they brought that back when they started this is a danger to our democracy. We don't live in a democracy, but they insist that we do. As usual, this electric joy means absolutely nothing. And it won't improve anyone's life. Maybe theirs for a little while, but it probably just emptied a bunch of pockets. But it sounds good, right? I mean, right? This is joy to the world. Oh, wait.
I've got the
Let's do this.
So, and of course that right, what you saw where was pretty mild, I think. All right. So it's good. It sounds good though, right? Then there is the matter of the mobile abortion bus and free vasectomies. Aside from the obvious atrocity of this barbaric idea, I bet that the complications from having medical procedures in a bus or a makeshift food truck won't be free. And I will also bet that doctors and people running these two fine establishments on wheels aren't working for free either, unless they're inmates. Wow, another example of by any means necessary. I see them all over the place now. They, Surgeon Tripod. That's funny. He's got a little gif of a flying bus. Can you imagine? I wonder because, like I say, beside the obvious of how atrocious this is, I wonder just how long it will take for the left to just disappear. I mean, it seems that they don't want to have kids, and that a great deal of them either eliminate them or have them sterilized if they do have kids, while continuing to eliminate any others. They have one or two, they're breeding themselves out of existence, if you want to call it that. They're unbreeding themselves out of existence into extinction. I've noticed that no one of any sense try to avoid, or no one with any sense, or actually everyone with any sense, try to avoid these screechy blue hairs that hate everything, including themselves, and won't do anything. They're good at making people aware by screaming right in your face with their bad breath or whatever it is. But they want everyone else to do everything that they think should be done, such as the global warming and all this stuff. Meanwhile, they're sipping on the $10 Starbucks cups and got $1,500 phones. No, shut up. Not to mention the fact you 20-year-olds and you not even you 30-year-olds now, you haven't had life kick you in the ass enough for you to be going around and scolding and lecturing your elders. In fact, I've been seeing, I have an idea for a video because I've been seeing a lot more people that aren't taking that crap anymore. Okay. So Trump seemingly broke the internet yesterday again when he had a drug conversation with Theo Von. Now, I don't keep up with this person. I see him every once in a while. When I see a clip of Joe Rogan, who I keep up with just as much, which is not hardly at all. I don't really give a shit about what they have to say. They don't have an impact on my life. So, you know, and they make for good content creation, but there's a lot better things to think about and say. I'm just glad that these guys at least seem to have a little bit of influence as to the tradition and the right way, and they're, at least if nothing else, they're seeing that they're seeing how crazy their side has gone. They haven't come over yet, but then again, they've got, you know, always try to stay as neutral as possible when you're doing business. You don't want to you try not to alienate half of your potential customers, but some people just don't care. And then of course some people that listen too, they don't care either. They hate listen or they hate watch, or they're content creators. So I see actually with Joe Rogan, I see Joe Rogan a lot, just little clips and everything like that. And most of them are fake. Most of them, in fact, I get a lot of commercials where they show Joe Rogan, and you can tell that they use the artificial voice. His voice is very easily cloned nowadays, just like a lot of people. So, but sometimes they're advertising. It's like something that you absolutely know Joe Rogan probably wouldn't shill for. So I wonder if he knows they're using him like that. But what can he do? So, but this is what is breaking the internet at the moment.
No, I would just do cocaine. That was really, yeah. So not just, yeah.
That's down and dirty, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it was, yeah.
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man, and I'm not doing it.
Is it too much? Too much to handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it, too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country.
They talked about the quality.
Yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or something.
So the thing you go back to then is
a mechanic?
Right, yeah, but what I want probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger up?
Yeah. Cocaine
so you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
He called the president homie.
You'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well,
no,
it's
horrible.
A miserable feeling.
But you do it anyway, just like the guy you're saying with the scotch. Like you knew it was bad, but you still.
So it's not even good during what would be normally the good time. In other words, oh wow. So why would you do it?
I wouldn't. That's why I don't.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But it's crazy because that's what alcoholism is. I think it's that it trumps the why.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and it just you don't. And you just go to it's like so that's why they say that it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's what they say about alcoholism, and it is. No, I would just
actually any kind of addiction like that basically makes you insensitive and basically puts you inside of a little box. You could care less about the people around you. Anybody that cares about you, all you're going to do is use them. The only thing it takes over your life. The only thing you ever think about is that drug. addiction to whatever. I've seen it. I've been to several not detoxes, but like meetings with people that not really sponsored, but family members, you know, that kind of thing. It's not a pretty thing, and sometimes you just have to let go. Sometimes you just have to sit back and watch the person hit rock bottom, and sometimes they don't ever come back. It's a bad thing, and you try to help them, but when it comes down to that kind of thing. In fact, my brother had a girlfriend at one time that was everything, and it was a strange chapter in my life. And believe me, I've never been addicted, not that I know of, except for coffee, maybe. But yeah, this girl was totally. I think she snorted at least $1,200 a day. I could live on that forever. But yeah, and the thing is, it wouldn't get any better. She came home and lied about it every day. She was a stripper, and she actually came home and lied about it every day. How much? Oh, I made $1,200 a day, but somebody stole $900. It's like, gee, that's an awful odd amount of money. Why wouldn't they just steal it all? Yeah, it just never, and nothing ever added up. My brother was upset because that was her only goal. She stopped. The only thing she depended on me and my brother for was a roof over her head and a ride. Any other time she was anywhere else and holed up somewhere, it wasn't pretty. But I have seen people also to get over it too. So it's mixed bag. What can I say? Mixed bag. But it's not a pretty thing. And this guy, supposedly, the only real thing I know about this guy, what's his name again? Theo Vaughn, is that he was white trash. Grew up in a trailer park or something, or someplace, or in a ghetto, or whatever like that. Part of his humor is he's got the black friends, and they would tell him things like, "Oh, look what you did to me! Look what you did to me!" And he says, "Hey, man, I live here with you." He says, "What did I come and take your stuff and just not have it?" So that was pretty funny. I said, like I say, clips of these people, but I didn't even know who that was when he said it. I recognized them from this. So actually, I love Trump's new commercial.
Yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously. As President of the United States, I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that.
But would you support changing the dietary guidelines? Yes. You know, the food pyramid. What people yes. To reduce red meat specifically. Yes, I would.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
This whole movement is about rightly saying we need to take a look at these budgets.
Harris asserted that ICE is perceived as the modern-day Ku Klux Klan.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
I see no.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
That puts ICE in the same category as the KKK. Is that what you're asking me? I see no parallel.
I'm not finished.
I see none.
And yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing.
However, he left something off. Cyborg says, did Trump even know who the Theo Vaughn dude was before the interview? Nope. Another work of Barron. I watched the whole video, the whole thing. It was like almost an hour long. And at one point, Trump told this guy that Barron is a big fan. So, yeah, a lot of these people he's going to talk to are because of Barron lately, which is not a bad thing. I mean, Barron's a Gen Z. What better way than to get your child to tell you what's going on. And it doesn't sound like Barron is leading him the wrong way like some kids would try and make their parents look stupid or something like that. So I would, but so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But the one thing I think Trump left off, which is something that they're claiming he's gonna do, which I wonder why. If he gets in the office, and this is why they're running so scared and trying everything, including, and don't forget this, I've seen its memory hole. They even accidentally censored the picture from Facebook and then had to apologize. Right. But they're trying to memory hole this assassination attempt. Don't forget, these guys were trying to get rid of him because Biden did so bad, and they knew after that debate that there was no recovery. So, hold on. But like I say, this is one thing I'm hoping he'll use this if he hasn't already. I know they've made a shitload of commercials, but I think Trump left out this little tiny bit here.
I learned, I think I was, 22 when I started that work. I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours.
Look at
the
smug look on her face, too.
Their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
Ruined. Their life would be ruined, you bitch.
At a very young age, the power. I learned.
Yeah. And of course, they know that if Trump gets in office, because they've been doing, I mean, these people have literally made this shit all right. All of this shit that they're doing, because nobody's calling them on it except for the other side, and then they're like, oh, poo, you're just jealous, oh no, you just think that, but throwing everybody off with doing these things. How many indictments? As a matter of fact, both Elizabeth Warren this afternoon and Reverend Al reminded everybody that Trump is a criminal, convicted felon. So, this is what they did. They always tell you what they're doing. But I mean, she sat there, oh, I could do this, and that's what it looked like to me. So yeah, I hope Trump or his crew or whoever it is that's handling his social media accounts use that. Because that right there scares me more than anything else that can ever do. And, like I say, they said the January 6th is up. They did. They're still hunting them down. Grandmas that didn't even go in. So, how about holding these people that were in charge of all of this stuff that gave these people guided tours inside this thing? So, yeah, that's what left out. Meanwhile, they scream, you can't vote for him because he's gonna weaponize the DOJ and go after his political opponents. Well, although he would be well within his rights, after the last 8 years, they pretty much have admitted two things by predicting that. One, they think he's come after them, which he should, but not for made up shit like they pulled. Not for made up stuff. Not for this. Oh, they say one thing and then they charge him for something else, and they turn misdemeanors that are gone from the statute of limitations. 34 counts. Oh boy. He did do it better than everybody else, though. Yeah, they say, which, like I say, I'm sure in their cases, just a tiny bit of digging up legit felonies can be found on many of these Washington actors, especially Pelosi and her husband. They already proved things with Swalwell and Pencil Neck and all these other guys and everything like that. And two, that he would be retaliating for what they've been doing since day one of his announcement in 2015. They know what they deserve. They know what they deserve. The unfortunate thing, though, is that most of them sold their soul to be in these positions, and they are deathly afraid that it will pay them back way more detrimentally than what they did to get there and what they're trying to do to someone else. Basically, what goes around comes around is not a cliche for nothing. And people know this, especially the more evil they get. I think they do it just because they can't back out of it. Oh man, that would be, I look like a flip-flopper or whatever. But you still can change. Ask Bracers Headley. You can change. So that side has literally, though, been setting the precedent for the crazy stuff that you're seeing going on today. The protests, the violence, the burning of flags, the indemnification, and glorification of criminals. And now they can't figure out why it's eating them. It always will. I read somewhere that there are more protesters. I'm getting frustrated with myself today. There's more protesters at the DNC than there are delegates. Or guests. I think put together. Guests. So hey, you guys on that side over there, you made the rules while proclaiming that everyone is subject to them. You idiots brought this stuff on yourselves. I have no sympathy. And I didn't see anything like this for the RNC. They weren't boarding up buildings, closing down shops. I'm not real sure. I've seen some of the cops in Chicago supposedly, oh man, they're not taking any shit, but a lot of it looks staged. Fake. Everything about this DNC so far that I've seen has been fake or lies, absolute lies. As a matter of fact, both Reverend Al and Elizabeth Warren came out and said the same thing. Again, they're repeating the same thing. The good people on both sides bullshit, and what's the other one that they absolutely love to come up with and everything. But yeah, and of course with the Reverend Al, it's the fabulous 7 or whatever 5, those 5 guys that weren't guilty. I think they got ads. You know something, you guys? Everybody at that time thought those guys were guilty. Trump wasn't behind the doors, you know. But yeah, Al Sharpton is trying to tell everybody now that he didn't let black people rent his buildings and he was sued for all kinds of stuff. Of course he was. Anytime anybody knows you got a lot of money, they're going to come up with a way to try to take it from you. Click on and then you can add anyone like to or favorite tab by clicking at adding in what? You guys are doing new stuff while I'm talking stuff. Talking about these people. All right. Actually, I first thought that it was just like when he lost the first time. You know, okay, oh, they were, everything was fine, and everything like that. But now, after the debate, started to look like they did it because they knew they were still and are still bound to lose. They're not winning. And another thing that I noticed was when I was watching some of the RNC before I got online here with you guys. Look at all the empty seats. All down here and all in here. I would imagine they tried to spread it out as much as they could, but they have been showing it, and you didn't see empty seats like this at their RNC. At least they got American flags for a change. Some DJs probably playing. I'm not going to put the sound on, but actually I'm going to open the phone lines. Sorry it took me so long, but I like to rant sometimes too. Yeah, man, I'm having a bad day today, boys. I hope you guys can understand me. All right, let me check the settings. I gotta set my lights up different. I can't see part of the screen over here. Okay, everything seems to be in order. The phone lines are open. Alright, question of the day. Do you guys want to see highlights from the DNC during the show today? I'm not real sure what's going on right now. Of course, tonight is night 4. And supposedly, Kamala Harris is going to accept her nomination that she didn't get voted for. Oh yeah, it's a DJ.
This is your first convention. Let me hear you make some noise.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't need to hear that guy. The RNC had a really good band the whole time. They've got like an orchestra that plays entrance music, and then the DJ does everything else. Maybe it's because the way they have it set up, it's because he always seems to like play the music for a minute, and then he, instead of fading and everything, he just turns it right off and says, "I'm such and such, I'll be right back." So like I say, it's good to see that they've got some American flags, and they've actually, believe it or not, mentioned God a couple of times. Last Democrat convention, they actually made some kind of a pact to leave him out. So maybe there's some hope. I don't know. I'd call in tonight, but the hospital treated me like a voodoo doll and stick me with needles a dozen times today. Yeah, now you know why I don't fly. And I don't like to go to the hospital unless it's absolutely necessary. Born in a small town, sponsored by Soros. It doesn't surprise me. There we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that little guy right here in a minute too. Anyway, hate these people more. Jesus hate me. Jesus help me. Yes, please, because you're supposed to love them. They're still made in God's image. They still have a chance. All we can do is pray for them. Really and truly, God changes minds and hearts. There's never a chance of ever getting near them. I don't know. Smack that fire button. Thank you very much. Yes, please. And share. 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 Let's see, where was I? All right. I know that they're not bringing out the big guns or headliners till till it was after I'm done with this show tonight. Excuse me. They've been waiting till almost 11 o'clock to bring out the big guns, and like I said, she's gonna be supposedly the headliner. I'm done, but I'm curious to know who they're going to spring on us tonight. Like I say, I've seen Elizabeth Warren this morning, who, again, 2 minutes of, I love Kamala, and 5 minutes of, I hate Trump. Trump did this, Trump is bad, Trump is blah, 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 blah. Both of them. The first 2, maybe 3, no, not even. The first 2 minutes of each of their speeches, Kamala, I like Kamala for this, but I hate Trump for all these other reasons. So, pray for them. They're touched. They have demons and stuff. I'm your ninja. Well, welcome to the show. Collecting. Yes, you can collect stickers. I have a bunch of stickers. Sometimes I can't even find the right one when I need to fast enough anymore. So yes, all we can do is pray for them and try to stay away from them because they will ruin your life. So like we'll see. I'll check back every once in a while with them because he does these breaks. I'm not real sure what's going on at 8 o'clock. They look like maybe somebody's late or somebody didn't show up. I actually haven't seen him do the DJ thing this long at once, so they must be having some kind of a delay. Thank you. Was that one in the freezer? Keeping me hydrated. Thank you, baby. Keeping me hydrated. It's very important, you know. Alright. I can tell you one thing about this, though. The memes have been glorious. And, of course, you can interrupt me at any time. Okay. The memes, although, have been glorious. This one's a little longer, but it starts with this one. Lazy Long Toes, welcome to the show. My famous friends, how are you doing today? As you can tell, I'm not doing great. I'm not doing great today. It seems I didn't practice talking or anything today. I didn't realize. Anyway, hi everyone. Me and Mom have front row seats. Sorry we're late. No problem. Good news. My doctor told me today they found why my head hurts. It's a GRE malformation. My cerebellum is pushed down into the spinal column. Oh yeah. I saw a portrayal of that on one of those medical shows. This guy's nose was running continually, and he thought he had a cold and everything. And the last time he went in. Supposedly, he left some on the pillow, and it was a different color, or strange color. And basically, they did a head scan. They find it the same thing. Did that happen to you? Was that one of the things, or you just had a really bad headache? Because I've been there with a headache. Alright. Meme time! Like I say, the DNC has produced quite a few good memes, so I picked out some of the best ones. And this is how it all started.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, you weren't my first choice. To be honest, you weren't even in my top 10. But no one else wants to run as my VP because they all know I'm going to lose. You are the only one who is willing to be my running mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically career suicide. But I did some dumb shit a few years back, and now I'm totally controlled by the deep state. And so they told me either I become your running mate or I get Epstein in a New York prison.
Now, the fact that we're both radical communists is a slight problem, but I got some instructions from Big Daddy Barack. Basically, we're going to pretend that you're a normal American white guy. There's a bunch of things you did that we got to run away from here. You passed a law requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom in schools. You basically cheered on the George Floyd rioters who burned down your cities. You implemented a snitch hotline during COVID. And Tim, you signed a law that allows the state to take custody of children if their parents refuse to let them transition. I mean, what the f***, Tim? We got a lot of cleanup to do here. But listen, we already got the mainstream media gaslighting America into thinking that you're super normal.
This is America's dad, America's football coach, and the teacher that's cool enough without trying to be cool.
A lot of people have noticed this sort of down-to-earth, likable quality to him.
Very moderate in Congress.
A moderate Democrat.
centrist, but more centrist.
Kind of a centrist Midwesterner in persona.
That's pretty funny because I'm weird as fuck.
Americans are dumb, Tim. They'll believe anything we tell them.
They are so dumb, right?
They think I'm black. Okay, so here's the plan. In order to hide your own weirdness, we want you to accuse Trump and J.D. Vance of being weird. Just say it over and over again.
Weird. And then they...
Typical. Do the thing and accuse the other side. How long has that been going on? Sam, welcome to the show. Our friend from down under over there on Odysee. How are you doing? Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going down there? Are they doing anything crazy that I haven't heard about yet? I think the last thing I heard about was the Olympic breakdancer. Primo stuff right there, yeah. Not that I could do any better, but jeez. All right, we're finished with this meme. We're doing memes.
Start being weird. They're weird. Donald Trump's weirdness. Very weird. It's just too weird. Weird. Okay, so how far left are we admitting to being here? Like, are we openly woke?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. No, we're flip-flopping on everything right now. We want to keep the voters confused. You know when your GPS suddenly starts rerouting inexplicably and you have no idea where you're going and you're afraid your GPS might just drive you off a cliff? We're exactly like that.
What do we say if reporters ask us about policy stuff?
Oh, we're not taking questions from reporters, Tim. We're not prepared for that. But if you do find yourself in a tricky spot with a reporter, just cackle.
Cackle?
Yeah, cackle.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that in on the debate stage. But
yeah. And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. What do you want to know?
Wow, that's horrifying.
Exactly. It's horrifying, but distracting. Okay, so Tim, tell me, your radical left political views, are those real?
Oh, no, of course not. No, honestly, I will have whatever political views you pay me to have.
I love it, Tim. You're like the white male version of me.
You're right. No one voted for me either. Hey,
that's
Kamala,
right.
Let's see what can be unburdened by what has been.
All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Hey, you ever notice that Harris Waltz sounds like Harry Balls?
I had not noticed that. Thank you for that. Bye, Tim.
Oh, Mr. Reagan's there's a lot of people that still don't recognize him. He does a lot of this stuff, and everybody's. As a matter of fact, this is really creative work. No idea who created it. Well, from the stars around and the music afterwards, that's Mr. Reagan. There's no mistake in that. All right. Meme number 2. This is like I say, I tried to pick out the most hilarious memes. And for YouTube, some of these are created by AI. Okay, so don't have a cow. They're jokes, they're memes. God, I can't imagine what it must be like to live offended by everything. And to wait around to be offended by everything. Just get a life.
I was so tired of gas and groceries being so cheap, I wanted to pay more for my food. That's when I discovered DGddss. After electing DGddss, my food and energy prices skyrocketed, and I couldn't be happier. With DGddss, I finally get to experience the joys of communism right here at home. But that's not all. Along with significantly higher food and energy prices, DGddss helps me contribute more to foreign wars. I was so tired of all the peace and prosperity we had under that mean orange guy. Now, I can sleep easy knowing my hard-earned money is paying for bombs on the other side of the world.
Side effects may include extreme inflation, reduced purchasing power, and an overwhelming sense of wanting to hang tampon dispensers above urinals. Consult your dad before starting DGddss. Do not take DGddss if you are not an idiot.
Thanks to DGddss, my dreams of a more expensive and complicated life have finally come true. Thanks to DGddss, I can't afford and that means everything. Now's the time to ask your dad about DGddss and learn how communism works.
We will
because we're going to put in a hard work over the next 77 days.
The hard woke. Okay, that was pretty good. And you know how I love phony commercials, so I seem to have a very good friend that likes to do them, and I have an affinity for writing them. So in fact, there's 2 or 3 more coming up. I hope I can work on them. Like I said, I don't have time for the next 2 weeks. I'll be here for the live show, but I got family coming in over the next 2 weekends, so plus work, plus and blah blah blah, you know. All right, who did this? This is hilarious. Actually, according to what I found, a guy named Equalizer, EQ_Walizer on TikTok did this one, and I'm going to show you a few more. But this is hilarious. That's literally what I see in my brain when I see her speaking like this. Somebody came up with a filter from my head. That was hilarious though, and she does. Yeah, she's kind of scary when it comes right down to it. Ooh, pardon me. AOC, LOL, Zom. You doing all right down there, bud? Looks like somebody's having surgery. Oh yeah, Lizzie's having surgery. Everybody keep Lizzie in your prayers. I'm sure that's a painful thing, and of course, brain surgery is always that dangerous. So we pray that the doctor's hands are guided by God in quick recovery for you there, Lizzie, because I would miss you if anything happened to you. Okay. All right, next meme. I guess this is a filter on TikTok. Now, I got it, what do they call it? Snapchat. Now, I don't use it to communicate with anybody, but they got incredibly cool filters. As a matter of fact, I made a video with one of them as Mother Earth. That's on my Odysee channel, and I think it's on Odysee, Rumble, and YouTube. It's kind of old. It's about a year old now, but still, I love the filters, especially when it lets you be something other than a plastered your face. You know, takes all the wrinkles out, make you look stupid. You know, make you look like you're 12. I like the ones that make you look like French fries, or turns you into Bugs Bunny, or turns you into Earth. That's what gave me the idea for that video. You should check it out. It's actually kind of cool. All right. meme number whatever. Yeah, imagine this face as she's talking about her swiping pen. It's so funny. Like I said, the memes are glorious. Here's another real good one. Another one. It's like I said. I think it was 451 one morning. It's like Hollywood. Washington is like Hollywood for ugly people. These are all actors, and it's just so easy to. And the ones that are all retired and everything, they keep bringing them back. Keep bringing them back for farewell tours or whatever. How many farewell tours can you have before you say goodbye? You actually, it's like what is it? It's like a Midwestern goodbye after a family event or something. It takes you forever to get the hell out of the house. Oh, bye now, and then you start another conversation for half an hour. Oh, bye now, and you start another conversation. It's like, so yeah.
And sure, I went to Jeffrey Epstein Island 27 times. It was fun as hell, the time of my life, but then Hillary killed him and I couldn't go anymore. So now I'm stuck with this bitch, you know?
That actually sounds like something he might actually say. Then of course you can't forget the frat party. Afterwards, the first night. Okay. Let's see. All right. Got a couple more here. All right. We all recognize the girl. That is not fucking real on the airplane, and she never did really talk about the real thing, what actually happened afterwards. I really think that she was just trying to get famous. I don't know, whatever. Sometimes people see camera and they go nuts. You know, it's the same thing as the people in Washington. Is, you know, if they're in their closed chambers and there's no cameras around, they're real boring. They don't sit around and fight. They don't yell at each other. They do what they got to do. But when the cameras are rolling, man, it starts to look like a Jerry Springer show. So this one says, I'm telling you, Kamala Harris rallies are not real. And of course, if you look really, really close at this picture, it's AI. We look at this guy's face right here. He looks like he's in a video game. A poor one too. And of course, this guy's got 3 arms. This chick has got hand coming out of her side of her head. Plus, her eyes are going separate directions. Her eyes are going separate directions. This guy behind her looks like he's getting ready to be sick, and his eyes are going this way. Then, but yeah, the girl behind him, her lips are strange. This guy's face is all pushed over to the side like that. You know that AI, unless you have, even if you do have succinct directions for it, it's still gonna give you crazy looking arms and legs and faces and stuff like that. So it's not real. The whole, like say, this DNC, I've been keeping up with it, and listening to it. I actually been watching ABL. He's been live feeding it, which you should hear how upset he gets. Or he's like, he gets so impatient. Oh, come on now, let's go. Come on. He was waiting for Biden, but he didn't realize that Biden was going to be last. And nobody, since they said he wasn't really good, except for between the hours of 10 and 4, who, you know, bring him out at midnight and watch him go on the microphone, you know. So he fussed about it throughout the whole thing and everything. And then when Biden finally came on there and everything, he's like, "Oh man!" And of course, we heard the old man yelling, sounded like the equivalent of "Yeah, on!" And of course, just like everybody else, 2 minutes of what Kamala could do and how he gave her the job and everything like that, and then 10, 20 minutes of Trump did this and Trump did that and Trump is bad and Trump. It's been 8 years. Don't they get it yet? He's going to win just by virtue of the fact that people hear his name all the time. They've dumbed enough people down to the point of where that's, you know, a repeated thing. That's why I said Trump. What was it? Limited access. Just, what was it you said on there? They said the first night, they said his name like 174 times. Why? This is another thing too. Oh, we're being oppressed by everybody else while we sit here and complain about the other side that doesn't have anything to do with us. This was your convention. Excuse me, but all you could do was talk about Trump. This was your convention. So we've literally had 2 conventions now for Trump. Literally. Because almost every single one of them. 2 minutes of love Kamala, love Joe, and then 10 minutes of Trump ad. And all the things that he did. And all the lies that they keep spouting. And again, Same talking points. Every single one of the speakers. I haven't heard one of them say anything different through 3 days of this now. In fact, who's up now? Let's see who's up now. Kerry Washington, actor and DNC host. She's probably talking about how oppressed she is while she's making millions of dollars being host.
Treat our loved ones like their own. We do this for working families who make this country thrive.
Oh, and of course they keep on promising working families. We're gonna go for the working families. We're gonna help the working families. You fuckers have been in office for 4 years already. Actually, 12. 12 out of the... Yeah, 12 years out of the last 16. Or 18. 16. And all of the problems that they keep admitting that they're going to fix, which they wouldn't need to fix if they weren't in office now. All I can say is that this is a pure and simple example of the confusion that Satan wants us to abide by. And I've told my daughter this too. They'll tell you 3,000 things at one time to confuse you. And the minute you ask them, well, what do I do? That's when they got you. Because they're going to start telling you, oh, well, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and then they got you. Then they got you. They will confuse the fuck out of you. It's doublespeak. Basically, they've used 1984 as a guide instead of a warning. Judas, how you doing? Can anyone else smell the scent of douche? Talking about the Sheriff Swanson up here, Jennings County, Michigan. I've noticed that a lot of the people, there haven't been a lot of people from the South that have spoken. They're either been California, Michigan, Montana, or Minnesota, New York, Washington, of course. So, yeah, I haven't seen anybody from anywhere else, except for that one cop that they... he got on there and started talking about, oh, Kamala's been the hardest in the... excuse me. The Biden administration has been the hardest on the border and all this other stuff. And 2 years earlier, he got on CNN. He'd written some letters and everything like that to President Biden and everything like that. Oh, we need help! We need help! Come down here! So, yeah, that didn't age very well. That's why I say, and it's like they think everybody's gonna forget this shit. Okay. Alright, here's one more meme. This is another one. Alert! This is AI! Don't freak out on me.
Now let me tell y'all a little something. Kamala Harris is a dumbass hoe. Hillary killed Jeffrey Epstein. My husband, Barack Obama, is gayer than a motherfucker. And Donald J. Trump is gonna win this shit. Trump, 2024, bitches. Let's go. Now let me tell you.
Trump 2024, let's go, he says. Gargle snot. Trump and abortion. That's all they got. Yeah, and actually, that's actually something that I noticed that not everybody mentions. So far, not everybody has mentioned. Like I say, I love Kamala. Kamala did this for me. I've known her since she did this program or was in this program, and we worked together here, or I read her here, or after this, or something like that. And then the rest of their speech would be about Trump. So, yeah, it got monotonous. It's like watching Sesame Street on repeat. I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff they come out there with petty. All right, Pastor Shanley, are you here? Are you paying attention? Because I got one especially for you. Muko! Good to see you. Streaming to your friends again. Hope you're well. I am very well. I'm better now. Goes back to own live. Okay. you can simulcast me. As a matter of fact, if Pastor Shadley is here, that means he's simulcasting me. So, hello, Pond. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having a good night and not getting too freaked out by the DNC. I always try to watch both of them, especially since I comment on everything, and I try to listen at both sides. There used to be a time when the Democrats and I would be able to vote for either one because the Dems and sometimes the Dems had good ideas and sometimes the Republicans had good ideas and sometimes the Dems had horrible ideas and sometimes the Republicans had horrible ideas. That was the whole point. And that was the main reason why I always registered as independent. I always told everybody there's three sides to everything, and I don't let anybody else tell me how to think. Because given the opportunity, and as we see they've become one super party now, they will. They will tell you how to think so they can get their power on. Alright. I didn't see Pastor Shadley answer, but I've got the show must go on. If somebody ring his bell or something. But this this supposedly is a painting in Chicago somewhere, near the convention, obviously, but. So far, that's my favorite meme. And the comments were pretty funny too. Like that one, wasted memes. I started following him after that. What was it? I don't know how. Not how you sleep much better knowing our president has that. Oh, and of course, yeah, there's the little song. There you go. Somebody photoshopped her out of it. Yeah, it was in the streets of Chicago. Yep. I like. Oh, this one was cute. Another one that was real funny. Now this one's dirty. You know what? I'm not going to because YouTube will cut me right off. Only reason I'm saying on YouTube is because I see someone there. If no one was there, I would have said goodbye to YouTube like you usually do. But I aim to please. Okay. All right. This right here is an example of what my generation thought would be happening by now. En masse, including flying cars and better medical. Put it this way, they don't have anything better than an MRI machine anymore yet. I mean, I can remember 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Maybe even a little bit longer than that, being placed in an MRI machine. The same piece of equipment that they have now. I haven't seen any kind of improvements except for maybe it's run by a different computer program. But they've got to have something better than those MRIs, the way they got them. Because I hate them. I tell them they have to almost put me to sleep. I can't handle it being in tube like that. So, but yeah, this is the kind of thing. And actually, I can't believe that they didn't show this. This is something they won't show you on TV. This is good stuff, rather than that shit that they showed you at the very beginning. It's art. Okay, fine. But all of the controversial stuff, and this should be what we focusing on. Hate that song. Kevin Piede paraplegic since an accident, made history today by carrying the Olympic flame with his exoskeleton. You know, they're always screaming and yelling about help everybody, help everybody. Well, use our technology for this. This is what we should be, this is how we should be helping people. This is the kind of thing that we expected back in the 80s, that with all the sci-fi and everything like that going on. Why in the world are we doing, flying cars, robot maids, things like that. All you got now is a little, Pastor Satellite. Now you're here, Pastor Satellite. Did you see the meme I was showing you, the Mohap? You probably saw it before I did. You're way more ahead of that stuff than I am, but when I see stuff, I think about you. When I see stuff about that, I think about you. Anyway, instead, we get bombarded with stupidity like this.
Now, unfortunately, we know what comes next. We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this.
Really? Really? Okay, let's hear.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us.
Not because of your color. Because you're Marxist, you're socialist, you want to take away our rights, our voice. But she's, it's only because I'm black. I'm so oppressed. I'm going to show you how oppressed she is in a minute.
See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him...
Greetings, you're on the air.
Hello, how are y'all?
Limited access, everyone. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, not too shabby, not too shabby. Figured I'd kind of rescue you a little bit.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
I just wanted to say, did you see that boss Trump? They tried to put glass all around him, and somebody fainted in the freaking audience, and he walked straight out of that bulletproof freaking box they built him, and he went up to go see how that person was.
Great.
Oh heck yeah! I mean,
of course you know they're gonna try and spin it somehow or another. Oh, this was just a photo op. He's so selfish.
Yeah, same thing with Arizona today. I kind of watched him out in Arizona where he brought on the people that have been affected by these illegal immigrants killing their family. Or hurting them. There was one gal that the guy mugged her and gave her like a traumatic brain injury or some crazy thing. So yeah, and it had to be hot in Arizona today. Let me tell you, it was pretty warm here. So I'm pretty sure it was pretty warm there.
I wonder what he's gonna do about that apartment complex up in Colorado. I know that the state and the city are closing it down for. What do they call it? Violations, safety violations, and things like that. But literally, a Venezuelan gang took it over, started extorting the tenants. Then the tenants had to get kicked out. They got kicked out by the company. But these guys took over this apartment complex and basically just started. Charging everybody rent that was already there and everything, and doing all of the management themselves as far as that goes.
Oh my God, I'll have to see where that's at.
Somewhere in Denver, I think.
Oh, okay, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
So,
yeah.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Tizo. My life under Biden. You get all these people saying, "Oh, you got to look at the markets and the companies are gouging us and all this." And no, it's because of this bullshit that the government has done. All the money, they expect that we're really stupid. All these billions and billions of dollars that they've sent to other countries for wars and all this other stuff, and then giving all of the rest of our money to everybody that just that comes into our country and just sticks their hand out while people that are paying these bills and have been here before, are here, live here, are legal, if you want to call it that, are basically getting kicked out, shut out, schools gone and everything like that. Then you got these Democrats telling everybody, oh, we're going to do your better schools and we're going to... No, don't listen to these assholes anymore. Because not only are they not going to do anything, they're going to attack. If Trump wins, they're going to do nothing but attack him.
I have a feeling that none of that, maybe not none, but a great deal of that money that supposedly we were sending to Ukraine, and same thing with the weapons and everything, didn't actually make it there, but got spread out between the Uniparty.
Oh yeah, well that's it got laundered back to them, yeah. So that and of course all the super PACs.
There's no way that Camel Toe came up with $1 billion in that amount of time. And I did the James O'Keefe thing, and I went and looked up my name, and then I just looked up my family name, our last name, and anybody that has my last name is related to me, period. I don't care where the hell they live. And I found one of my relatives, it seems there was some really funny donations made to the Blue, that super PAC of the Blue. You know what I'm talking about?
Axe Blue.
Axe Blue. Yet, a couple of months before that, she was donating to Win Red. I mean, they were like $8, $8.34, $8.38, and there was like 15, 20 of them in a row, and then like $100, and then like really weird amounts, like 14 or 15 times in a single day. Like,
yeah, and actually, where is that money coming from? It's not necessarily. It doesn't seem like, because I know what you're talking about with people making like small donations like that every minute or every 10 minutes or something like that, up to millions of dollars. The only thing is, it's not coming out of those persons' actual bank accounts, just using their name. So where the hell is that money coming from?
Oh, it's probably the money that was supposed to go to Ukraine.
Yeah, I bet it was. I bet that's how they're laundering it in little teeny bits.
I went, okay, well, she's in California, so maybe she's a Democrat. But, I mean, just the way the donations were, they're really weird. Like $8.38, $8.34, $8.37.
Yeah.
It's, like, really weird, and, like, 15 or 20. And then I've seen some of that shit here just, like, where I live, from people here where I live that aren't employed, but they have like these really weird donations. I'm not brave enough to go look these people up like some of these other, citizen journalists and say, hey, not sure if you want to know this or whatnot, but there's some really weird stuff going on, and did you make all these donations like that? The people from the teachers union, I'm sure that they made some of these weird donations. But
usually their donations, they sign up for them and they're taken out of their paychecks automatically and stuff.
Sure.
So,
sure.
But they know
to Win Red or to Donald J. Trump, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of donations to Axe Blue. I'm sure that, and it's within the same year, I'm sure that nothing turned around in this person's head like that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, most normies, they'll make a donation, but they're not going to make a donation every 10 minutes. Somebody's got a hack and a bot going for some of these, but they're doing it with people's names. And the thing about it is, they're gonna. Is this going to trigger any of the IRS for these people? I mean, because they got their information. The money's not necessarily coming from them, but it shows it is coming from them. The IRS is going to start asking questions. Hey, where'd you get all this fucking money from?
Will the IRS actually ask anything? The IRS,
yeah,
the IRS is actually going after people's tips and stupid things like that. I mean, just,
You'd be surprised what triggers the IRS right now. And plus, also, too, didn't they just hire 87,000 more agents to go to go after 1,000 billionaires that are here in the United States? Yeah, right. Tell me another one.
Yeah, exactly. They're coming after the little guys. Anything that you got, if you inherited anything, you know, my mother's house is probably going to be an issue at a certain point, especially if they do this, what was it, unrealized gain tax.
Oh, yeah.
And then God knows, I don't even know if there's an inheritance tax or something, you know, in Michigan.
Yep.
In Michigan, I don't know.
I don't know about that,
So,
but I was going to say they want to do it if they haven't done it already, and if they have done it, I know. Put it this way: my sister's been dead now for 3 years. My brother-in-law or ex-brother-in-law or whatever, widow brother-in-law got married again already, and he's still having problems with probate. 3 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, cut and dry. They had no kids. He was her husband.
Right. But if she didn't have stuff written out, that's why we had stuff written out and we had it all filed and everything.
I think she did, but who knew she was going to die this early? I think she did have it written out. They just hadn't gone to the lawyer yet.
Well, and there's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
That's why you need to make sure it's filed from a legal
But I mean,
service,
he's already
etc.
sold the house. He's already gotten rid of everything. I mean, like I say, he's moved on. He's already gotten remarried. And he's still having problems with it. There's nothing left of this estate. Why are they still bothering him? Why are they still bothering him?
They're going to pinch every cent they can out of them so that they can either line their pockets or attack Russia like NATO did. Oh, all right, Ukraine, but it's NATO. Yeah. That's a little scary to me. I'm prepping more. I got my game going. I mean, I'm pretty set, but I've been canning like crazy this week. Canning like crazy. Although today I finally said, I just don't want to can anymore. The rest of that I was going to try to can, I'm just going to give it to my son tomorrow, and he can feed his family with it.
Yeah, time for a break, right?
Yeah, I was just kind of done. I was just like, I got up early, got a bunch of jars in. One didn't seal, so we had that for supper, and I was just like, I'm just done. So.
Yes, she did, Salty Matt James, and she sure did. Came off as an angry racist. Because her and Oprah, they got up there yesterday. Those are two of the richest black women on the planet. But yet, everybody, we're so oppressed. We're millionaires and billionaires. We can travel across the country and wave our fingers at you about climate change. But don't ever correct us or question us, or we're just we're so oppressed. Fuck you.
So what do you think about Trump maybe putting RFK up in his cabinet?
Whatever.
Put
it this way, right now, whatever gets him in office.
Yeah.
Whatever gets him in office, we've got to keep it away from Kamala. And her VP is even worse than she is. Probably just.
I don't think
we mind. I love it. I love this.
Country to get them in.
Yeah, I love this line. We mind our own business, as he sets up a hotline for tattletales. That's what I mean. These people have demons, and Satan is the master of confusion.
Minneapolis many years ago, and then I moved to Colorado, and then Colorado became Commirado, and now that's why I'm. I said...
now it's a shithole.
I had to leave Detroit because Detroit became a ghost town.
Yeah. I was going to say Denver or Colorado's becoming a shithole. Third world shithole.
Was good because, there's the bases there, but it started to become a shithole once pot became,
legalized, Colorado started to spiral the drain, and that's the truth. And I smoke, so I'm just telling you. But anyway, Tim Pool had a really good point, or at least somebody on his show had a really good point about using RFK for looking into the poisoning in foods and the land and stuff that he's pretty freaking expert on. He knows about a lot of these
I'm
things.
actually surprised he didn't suggest that he was the head of the CIA or the FBI or whatever.
Well, somebody had said that. Somebody had said, yeah, you should make him the head of the FBI, just since...
Oh, that would drive... Do you know how crazy that would drive the establishment?
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen, no. I think that, honestly, I think that Dan Bongino should be in charge of the CIA, and I don't know. No, he should do some of this climate stuff and stuff that he's kind of an expert in, and then like the poisoning of our food.
Make him the head of the FDA then.
Yeah. Was that it? Maybe that was it. I can't remember exactly what they had said. I can't remember exactly, but I was like, wow, that's kind of a good idea.
I love Judas.
He would be really good at that.
Judas says, weed doesn't turn your state into a shithole, just like it doesn't make someone stupid. If you're stupid when you smoke pot, you're probably stupid in general. That's funny, but he's right. Actually, I don't think that...
How good it is.
Yeah, I don't think that the weed is what the problem was up there. Now, the money for it, the money that they make for it and everything, maybe that was it.
It brought a lot of criminal elements to the state.
That, and of course your politicians out there are doing nothing but making money off of it, basically. Don't they? Sure. Put it this way, I remember going up there and the tax for it was as much as the product cost. You paid 100% tax. There was 100% tax on it.
It's been a while, so I don't exactly remember.
That was that was 9 years ago, I think, maybe when it first got legal up there. My husband and I went there. Yeah. Because we didn't believe it. We're like, oh no way. And so went up there, and like I say, the actual taxes on it were exactly the same price as the actual product was.
Well, and then you had to go to a quack to go get your medical, when they first did it, to go get your medical license. You'd fill out a form, they'd ask you a few questions, you'd have a few ailments. All you'd have to do, you didn't have to prove you had the ailments, you just tell them you did. And, you just paid to get your freaking medical.
Now that was before they did it.
Every year.
That was before they did recreational. We went up there after they did recreation, because I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, there's no fucking way.
People were smoking before that. They were smoking this stuff called spice, which is actually a fucking incense, and people were getting hurt with it.
Yo, people will do anything to try and escape reality. That's so sad.
Yeah. Well, my dear, I thought I would give you a break, and somebody else should probably call. I just wanted to know your thoughts on a couple of things that I came across today and that I thought was kind of interesting. I'm going to be praying for the world and praying for our leaders and praying for all of us.
Pray that we don't get these leftists in office, because if they do, I really do think so. And even Mari has said this. We won't have another election. In fact, don't be surprised if they figure out some way to stop this one.
That would be. They just started a war in Russia. We have a war in Israel going.
Well,
there's a war getting started in Syria. We are in World War III.
Well, we've had elections during wars before, so don't stand up against not having an election. It's bullshit. They had it before.
They're gonna throw Trump in jail at the end of September. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, well,
why stop now? They tried to kill him. Why stop now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we need to pray for him and his family, and we just keep praying. Keep on your knees. Keep in prayer. Keep in hope and faith, and just make sure that if anything does go sideways, that
it's not going to be as tough on your families. Make sure you guys got some props going.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, be
I'll talk to you
practical about
soon.
it. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's all you can do.
Amen. All right, girl. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for calling. God bless you.
All right. God bless you. Love ya.
Good
Bye.
night. Good night. All right, limited access, everyone. Okay, where was I? Commenting on this bullshit. Michelle Obama just laid into Donald Trump like no one has before. Yeah, right. That's, again, I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouth, no matter what it is. And you know another thing that really bugs me about these people, too? Screaming, yelling, Trump is a liar, Trump is this, Trump is that. He's gonna be this and he's gonna be that. You gotta take him at his word. Which is it? Which is it? I mean, they really have people's heads spinning around. Let's see, there was a couple more. Then she says her parents didn't aspire to be wealthy, and they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. Are you sure about that? Are you really? You know, and then we get this part.
We will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth.
What does she mean there? They're two different things. Affirmative action or generative wealth. Generative wealth. And it doesn't seem like either is helping, or one is not helping the other. Okay. So, but she goes on.
Look at this guy right here. What is going on?
He looks like he belongs back in the 80s and left his Jerry curl at home.
If we bankrupt a business or choke in a crisis, we don't get a second, third, or fourth chance.
No, you have to be in politics for that to happen. And actually, that's crapola too. But yeah, how many failures have they had and they still seem to be in power? So yeah, you don't fail. There's a difference.
If things don't go our way, we don't have the luxury of whining or cheating others to get further ahead.
No, you just riot, burn things down, and kill people. We don't have this and we don't have that. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
No. We don't get to change the rules, so we always win.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what you've been doing. In fact, you're at this convention now because you changed the rules. People voted for Biden. Nobody got one vote. Oh, the two people that are running now that you guys have adorned, anointed into power here, they didn't get any votes. So yeah, talking out of the side of her neck. How do you install Kamala into power at this point without an election? Abolish the electoral college, not like the Democrats never talked about that before. Well, don't forget, they still have an ace in the hole right now. Officially, Biden is still president. She still has the option to 25th Amendment him, or if something happens to him, he is not in good shape. You saw that on Monday. Really and truly, he reminded me of the old man. Get off my lawn! Trump bad! Yeah, okay, so no luxuries, this woman says, okay? How much does she charge for a college speech or something like that? And then they have the nerve to complain that college tuition is too high, though. But Michelle Obama earns nearly $750,000 for 1 hour speech. 1 hour. I could live on that for the rest of my life. Former First Lady Michelle Obama has reportedly walked away with nearly $750,000 after giving a 1 hour speech on diversity and inclusion in Germany on Monday. The 59-year-old former lawyer spoke to an estimated 5,000 attendees on how to push past self-doubt while discussing the importance of inclusivity and diversity. Yeah, that's worth that topic is worth $750,000. Yeah, and you know, she said, "Oh, my mom would have been suspicious of that." Wouldn't your mom be ashamed of you now? Probably not, because she got to share in all of that overabundance that you had no second chance to succeed with. Let's see what the BBC has to say. Where is it? First grammar. After 31 years of marriage, Fraser Robinson Thury died. Let's see. Okay, she's from Chicago. In Michelle Obama's podcast, she talks to her brother about the honest and open discussions they would have with their parents as children, where nothing was off limits and no question was too embarrassing to ask. Yeah, right. She always took us seriously, carefully considering what we had to say and responding with thoughtful questions and plenty of encouragement. Basically, she didn't want Obama to run for president because she was scared for their safety. When the day finally came, Robinson moved into the White House kicking and screaming, according to her son. Having never lived outside of Chicago, she prized her independence and was reluctant to leave her friends, weekly yoga classes, and the itty-bitty house she had lived in for decades. Oh yeah, Michelle Obama's mother does yoga. Come on. The White House reminds me of a museum. And it's like, how do I sleep in a museum? She said to People magazine. She's already getting all of the interviews and everything. But she soon adjusted, I bet she did, and took up a unique role as first grandma to the Obama's daughters. I didn't look into any of the history of it, but I don't know any other presidents that had their mother or their mother-in-law living with them at the White House. I could be wrong, but I would imagine it's pretty rare. Drunken Rocky. Salty Al Bundy. Oh, that's bad, dude. You guys, the memes are incredible. It's like I told you. I only showed some of the funnier, some of the ones. Anyway, Robinson insisted on doing her own laundry, blah, blah, blah. The matriarch quickly learned how to embrace her new life in Washington, D.C. and made most of the opportunities attending dinners and concerts and going to events at the Kennedy Center where she could sit in the president's box. Like I said, it sounds like Mom Michelle settled into the abundance that she was so suspicious of quite well. And of course, we get to Oprah. Just a small snippet. I've had enough of Oprah. As a matter of fact, I can't believe they brought her in. I guess everybody has forgotten the debacle with Hawaii, where she promised $10 million as long as you donated it, Miss Millionaire. But this is why I don't listen to her either about this race baiting crapola.
End of it. You're literally a black female with a net worth of $3 billion. And you think you've suffered income equality discrimination based on sexism and racism. Mm-hmm. I've been on the receiving end of it. Oh, poor thing. She's so oppressed. She owns a 23,000 square foot, $100 million neo-Georgian mansion.
Talk about
in
a museum.
With 70 acres, 14 bathrooms and 2 home theatres. Private pool, wine cellar and tennis courts. But she's so oppressed. Racism. Another 8,700 square foot home in Colorado. So oppressed. Sexism. Another 163 acre estate in Hawaii. So oppressed. Income inequality. Another 7,300 square foot residence in Washington. 2 more estates in Montecito, making her property portfolio alone worth more than $500 million. So oppressed. I've been on the receiving end of it. She was already earning $30 million a year in her 30s. And by the time a TV show ended in 2011, she was making $315 million a year. That's $10 a second. or $864,000 every single day. So oppressed.
Racism.
She wears jeans that cost nearly $3,000 a pair. She vacations on one of the largest luxury private sailing yachts in the world. Charges around $2.5 million just to give a speech. And still somehow pretends to be resentful about how hard done by she's been.
I've been on the receiving end of it.
If Oprah's success was impacted by income inequality discrimination based on sexism and racism, I'd like to see what her net worth would be if it hadn't. She'd be richer than Elon Musk. She's been in the top 0.1% nearly her entire adult life as a female black woman, and she's still got the nerve to tell you sexism and racism held her back.
Racism and sexism.
Of course Oprah had to mention the racism and misogyny she's faced from a country that made her world famous and a mega billionaire and shown her enormous love and adoration. Legions of devoted middle-class women made Oprah one of the richest people in the country, maybe richest black female in history. And yet it wasn't enough. They were all racist anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can kiss my ass too, Oprah. Okay. Then we get the double standards out the ass. This is shameful and unacceptable. And Coulter is getting bashed for it even. And again, I'm tired of the double standards, and I think a lot of people are tired of the double standards. And Coulter posted about Walda's son, 17-year-old son, crying. Again, another act, in my opinion. Supposedly, they're all yelling and screaming now because he's specially abled. He's something about nonverbal when he stands up and says, "That's my dad." Well, that doesn't look very nonverbal to me. All right. Oh my God, the 17-year-old cried for his father. Some even commented on it. All right, so what? Some have even claimed that that as a Democrat, he has a humanity to think of and have feelings for everyone else, for other people. Oh, he loves his dad. That's fine. That's great. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. But was this what? But this was okay. All right. Oh, this kid's a murderer and he doesn't deserve any blah 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 and everything they went through with that. But the difference was that this kid, at the time, he was 17. Was fighting for his life after he fought for his life, while he actually was helping someone else protect their livelihood. At 17, he agreed to help someone else. So their side has feelings, whoa, feelings for everybody, and they'll cry for them and everything like that. But our side actually does things for other people, and they're not allowed to have any feelings if they get wrongfully accused or get charged for, have to fight for their life twice. But you all on the left have the highest of humanitarian morals. Right. I'll try to remember that. Now look, I'm not saying that either disparagement was right, but I will point out the obvious. You want respect. You're always demanding respect. Well, you have to give it, and in return, you have to earn it. I suppose this was different too. Another 17-year-old, where basically he was still smiling and trying not to cause trouble after many people harassed him, adults, calling him all kinds of names. So yeah, you motherfuckers can miss me with this high and mighty shit that, oh, we have feelings for everybody. Yeah, well, why don't you do something? Like Michelle Obama, that's so wonderful. Do something. All right, didn't they have, also too, didn't the media have to pay some huge amount of money because it was all a falsehood about the way he was being a racist? That put actual people in danger. Not just this kid, but his whole community was put in danger because of what they said about him. Heard a lot of others with their lie about supremacy, while supposed grown men were the culprits in this aspect. And talk about stolen valor. He was a Marine, but didn't they lie about what his position was too? Alright, so you can miss me with the gaslighting and the lies, and don't forget about all the BS that they've tried to put Barron through, too. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon, especially if Trump wins this time, but you all, the left, y'all are the good guys. Yeah, okay, everybody say it with me now. Fuck off. I love you, but you're shit, okay? Alright, something else I've noticed too, all of a sudden, the mainstream media, the legacy media, is spouting the truth?
Let me reveal a reality to you that has to be spoken to here, okay? Greg, look at the ring of sweets, okay? This is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those sweets start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid $500,000, $700,000, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. And the same thing is true with the Republican side. And they're going to take them down? They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities. And that is the reality of politics.
Wow. They're saying the quiet part out loud. Although I've noticed that a couple of these news stations, CNN, not MSNBC so much, but CNN now is really, they've got a couple of supposed conservatives on their panels, and they're letting them have it. They're telling them. As a matter of fact, they're another famous thing that they keep repeating about Donald Trump is that Plan 2025. That's not even his. He came up with none of that. He says there might be some good ideas. He says, but it's like they bring out this big book, like, look at this book of spells we found from the other side, and look at what they're going to do to us if they get into office. And it's not even theirs. It's not. So yeah, by any means necessary, any lie they can tell, any falsehood, any bashing, any dirt, lie, most of the lies and everything like that, they're going to do that. And of course, they're expert mind readers and expert soothsayers. Oh yeah, Donald Trump thinks this way, and the Republicans know that this is going to make this happen. And everything. How the fuck you know? When did you get your degree in mind reading? And still, I don't know anybody. You know how long I've been trying to mind read? Do you know how cool that would be? But hell, I can't even read my husband's mind, and I've been with him for 20 years. But sometimes I'll ask him something, and he'll give me an answer just to be fickle. So he fucks with me a lot. Makes me laugh. But yeah. I've been saying this since they started claiming the fair share shit from the rich, like in the late 1990s, in which they're all the rich, yet the middle class is all but decimated right now. Yeah, I'm going after the rich. Start with yourself. Start with your son. How about? That's what a lot of people said. Wasn't one of his court cases because he didn't pay like millions of dollars in taxes? So yeah, miss me with this shit. And like I say, they definitely have turned everything into the Mockingbird media now. Every single politician that has gotten on stage, Eva Longoria, another actress. Okay, I figured they'd bring out all the actors and actresses this week, or for the last day, right before Kamala, so they can make Kamala look really good, because she's the headliner tonight. Again, this is a show. She's the headliner tonight. Usually when you have a show, the last person to play, or the last person to speak, that's the headliner. That's the person that they are building the whole evening up, so that person looks good. I've seen it done a million times, even at House of Blues. When they've got 3 or 4 bands playing, the 3 or 4 ones that open up and everything like that, they don't do the sound all that great. And believe me, I've seen several of these. I've even been a part of several of these as a sound person. But when that last band comes on, man, the sound is dynamic and everything's perfect and everything's fantastic. And so yeah, basically that's what it is. Salty Zipper Tits. Don't forget to go to his GoFundMe or whatever it is. You can post whatever it is. You posted it in the comments, but I don't think that anyone saw it in the chat. So check him out. We don't want Kamala. We want the Mohap. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that wasn't it. All right, I found this, and I just had to share it with you. This is the music I was talking about. That is kind of a kick-ass rap tune, and it's true. The truth. I'm glad. I think this guy Tyson James, you may have heard of him. I don't know, but I think he's also Christian.
Well, America has experienced a rapid, in fact, a massive inflation in genders. At one point, biologists were allowed to determine what biology was, and there were 2, male and female. Now there's agender, bigender, two-spirit, hydra, we could go on forever.
Wait, they, them, his, hers. See, Tim, wait, what are these words? You are confused, why you talking in thirds? You can only be one, it's not what you prefer. You're either one of the two. Whatever's between your 2 legs is the proof. Whoever gave you the option to choose, man, just sit down and listen, I'm breaking the news. It's only 2 genders, your parents are jacking you up. They might as well put some crack in your cup. You came out innocent, now you corrupt, now you stand on the bridge and you just want to jump. Got these pink-haired devils, teaching the kids in the school they are vessels. Used by the enemy, he's just a rebel. Let's turn up the kettle when God gets a hold of him, he won't be gentle. How dare you misgender me? My pronouns are them and theirs. Get it right! Y'all brains in a blender. If you state the obvious, you will be censored. God made your body and you're just the renter. He's the inventor, and he only made 2 genders. 2 genders. He only made 2 genders. Look, there's only 2 genders. I love the science, and it says there's only 2 genders. Google just told me there's 70 genders. I need the evidence, where's the defenders? Maybe you're brain dead, you lost your receptors. They banned me cause I'm a repeating offender. These are the stakes in their race. I am not giving 1 inch to the gaze. It's funny, the sin that got called is detestable. Now when they claim it, they get all the praise. People, we only rockin' the blue and the pink. I think that you need to get a new shrink. Now you're denying the science. You think I want answers right now, but you're trying to think. You were assigned one at birth. There's only 2 genders, man, look at the birds. Men should be straight, and women have curves. You just shaking your fist up at God, you got nerves. How dare these people use common sense? Everybody knows there's more than 2 genders. Transphobic! Y'all brains in a blender. If you state the obvious, you will be censored. God made your body and you're just the renter. He's the inventor, and he only made 2 genders. 2 genders. He only made 2 genders. Look, there's only 2 genders. I love the science, and it says there's only 2 genders.
I enjoyed that. All right. A little bit of comedy. I'm going a little bit over. Sorry, but not sorry, of course. If you're still with me, thank you for being here. Please share the show. Get me growing here. I really do want to do some more stuff. I wasn't sure exactly where to put this, but I thought this genre would be good. And I never thought this metal genre would be spouting actual good advice. But check it out. I like this. For all you metalheads out there.
I know you just reached for your phone to scroll for a little bit and you're watching me now, but you know what would be an even better idea? Hear me out.
Exercise at a pace of bad, but rating is good for your mind. Further extension of vocabulary, rating is good for your mind. Wait for 38 minutes at least. You got the time, believe me, I know. Screen time statistics on your phone says you're on your phone for 5 hours a day. What?
Why?
You You got a rainbow, read a little more, get a mark, work out your mind, it smells so right. Work out your mind, reading is good for your brain.
Or you can listen to an audiobook. That's cool too. Something to consider. Hey, I know you just...
I like him. He actually, people request him to do like fairy tale songs and metal and stuff like that. So he's pretty good. All right, I found another person that's just as fond of making fun of the fashion industry. In fact, even more so. He does a much better job than I do, and he content creates for it. It's hilarious. Check it out. Might become my new obsession. He does this a lot, but he finds even better weird fashions than I have. Whoops. Pirates. Yeah, that guy looked happy. Let's see, let me say this again. This guy looks happy. This right here, this looks like a good way to get assaulted or kidnapped or something, or even worse. Where are we going in this? Where are we going in this? Somebody give me an idea. Where would we go in this? All right. All I have to say about this is just ew. This is Northside Princess, Sexy Red's cosmetic line. Listen to some of the names of these lip glosses. The very first one, Coochie Juice, Yellow Discharge, Booty Hole Brown, Gonorrhea, Nut, that has to be white or beige, Blue Balls, Pussy Hole Pink, and Sex on My Period. Sexy Red, there is absolutely nothing sexy about your music, or now your... Can you imagine? I can't even begin to imagine what a guy would think. Oh, baby, I like that color of lip gloss on you. What is it called? Oh, gonorrhea. Ah! I'd be like, oh no, put it so I would do that if I was 2 tables away and I heard that. Ugh, gross. Just, ugh. I don't even want to know any of the statistics on this. Is there really people buying this shit? Really? Probably whoever likes her just because her name's on it, but that is just, again, just ew. Alright, speaking of Big Mike, this is a cute, quick one. Here we go. Can you see that?
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Speaking of, like I said, speaking of Big Mike. All right, we're almost done. I wanted to know who did this. Another really good meme, but who did this?
You see them both light up?
I wonder if we get to see her again if Trump wins again this time. I was going to say, that's the only meme that we've ever gotten from this person. She must have started hiding in shame. All right. Real funny. Even churches make mistakes and do funny signs and double entendres and things, or what you would think would be.
Don't
Let worries kill you. Let the church help. Gods save life. Drugs die. If you die tonight, tell them the cows sent you. Bingo with Jesus. Friday, April 8th. Well, that's going to do well. Chris is risen. What is hell? Come hear our pianist. What happens when you die? Come find out. Sundays at 10 a.m. Don't.
All right, you guys know I can't ever end a show without a little bit of Marmari. He speaks a little bit. I've read somewhere that he got himself a prosthetic eye. This is something that's fairly new, and you can see he doesn't have the patch anymore. But he speaks a little bit about the Olympics. I didn't want to get too long of one. Here you go. Marmari on the Olympics.
Some people said, Bishop, please mention. I don't know. Shall I mention? Okay. It's about the nonsense that happened at Paris Olympic, whatever. Don't mention it.
Bread and circuses.
Well, the reason I didn't say anything, because you shouldn't be saying anything to a nothing. Because from the president of that country to the organizers and to those, whatever, they're all nothing. Because when you behave in such a way, according to human morals and Christian values and morals, you're definitely a nothing. So what do you say to a nothing? Nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't buy the bread and circuses either. That's exactly what the Olympics and stuff like that are. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging with me. That's about it for me right now. Don't forget to support the channel. All my links are below, so click on some of them, will ya? Also, don't forget to click around and check out the new stuff over there on pureblood.tv, interactive stream guide, and check out all the folks there. And be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky Show on Odysee and Rumble. Next, he's actually probably in progress already. Ooh, wow, I went 20 minutes over. Wow, thanks for hanging with me. I know you guys could have been spending this evening with millions of other streamers, but I'm very honored and tickled that you guys decided to hang out with little old me. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments and the calls and the shares and the up-toots and the down-toots and the supports and the lurkers. And thank you very much also to Pastor Shadley for being my main moderator dude. Alright, thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. God bless you. God bless America. I wish you peace, health, music, and love. Peace, love, music, and health. All of that good stuff. And until next time, AMF.